Hello, everyone. Welcome to Infinite Vision. I'm Mark, where we explore the mysteries of the universe. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey to deeply understand a celestial phenomenon that is often mentioned but remains incredibly mysterious, the pillars of creation. But before we begin, let's first talk about why we need telescopes to observe the universe. Did you all know? Earth is not an ideal location for astronomical observations. Because Earth's atmosphere is so thick, astronomers usually have a hard time getting clear astronomical images. Atmospheric clouds, air currents, and pollution all interfere with observations, causing us to see only a distorted part of the universe. Therefore, since the last century, scientists have wanted to deploy a telescope in space to avoid atmospheric interference and obtain clearer, more realistic images of the universe. When it comes to space telescopes, the most famous one is definitely the Hubble Space Telescope. Since its commissioning in 1990, Hubble has brought us countless cosmic surprises, and it has shown us many cosmic sights that we have never seen before. Many familiar astronomical images, such as galaxies, nebulae, and even deep sky maps, have been taken by Hubble. And among them, there is a classic image taken by Hubble that still blows my mind very much. This photo, taken by the Hubble Space Telescope in 1995, shows a mysterious celestial structure named Pillars of Creation. The interstellar dust in the photo is gathered into a columnar form, as if three huge pillars were erected in the depths of the universe, like a mysterious palace in the universe. However, the Pillars of Creation are not an isolated structure, but are located in the center of the Eagle Nebula, itself famous for its Messier number M16, which is located in the Sagittarius spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy, about 6,500 light-years away from us. So what is the Pillar of Creation? As the name suggests, it's actually the place where stars are born. Here, gas and dust are constantly collapsing and gathering to form new stars. In short, the Pillars of Creation are the star factories of the universe. These giant pillars are made of cold gas and dust that shrink under their own gravity, eventually forming protostars, the beginnings of stars. Interestingly, the Pillar of Creation didn't start out as we see it now. Initially, it was just a giant molecular cloud, and its current columnar form was largely influenced by the intense radiation and stellar winds from nearby massive stars. These large stars are constantly releasing radiation and gas streams that blow away the surrounding gas and dust, and only those parts that are denser and structurally strong remain. You can think of it as squeezing a piece of clay in your hand, and with a little pressure, the clay turns into a pillar. If you find this analogy a bit hard to understand, then imagine a pile of sand piled up and strong winds blowing away the loose sand, leaving behind the solid portion that forms the current Pillar of Creation. It is because of these strong stellar winds that the Pillar of Creation takes on such a unique shape. So, how do these columns we see evolve into stars? Well, the gas and dust in these columns collapses gravitationally to form the embryo of a star. And at the top or at the edge of these columns, you can see little bumps, which are called evaporated gas spheres. These are actually the embryos of stars, and in the future they will gradually develop into mature stars. These stellar embryos are located in the densest places in the entire Pillar of Creation, dense enough to resist interference from the intense radiation of the surrounding stars. When the surrounding gas is blown away, these small bumps appear and eventually evolve into stars. To celebrate the 25th anniversary of the launch of the Hubble Space Telescope, in 2014, Hubble rephotographed the Pillars of Creation with a new camera. This time, the images taken covered a wider area and even captured the bottom of the Pillars of Creation. In addition to the visible light image, Hubble also took an infrared image. These images not only gave us a clearer view of the details of the Pillars of Creation, but also revealed some changes. For example, while the image taken in 1995 showed newly formed streams of star-jetted material inside the Pillars of Creation, the new image taken in 2014 shows these streams extending much further upward, to 96.5 billion kilometers. This figure gives us a sense of the vastness of the universe. 96.5 billion kilometers, almost 102 times the length of the Earth's orbit around the Sun, is the equivalent of a distance that would take 13,930 years to fly. However, with the introduction of the James Webb Space Telescope in 2022, a whole new version of the Pillars of Creation image has arrived. Unlike Hubble, the Webb telescope uses near-infrared light, which is able to penetrate the gas and dust to see a clearer picture of the star formation process. In these near-infrared images, parts of the pillars of creation appear translucent, meaning that the gas and dust are thinner in these places, while others appear thicker. The images, taken by Webb, present a clearer picture of the new star and the stellar background behind it, making the pillars of creation look even more brilliant and dazzling. To better understand how the two telescopes work together, NASA used data from the Hubble and Webb collaboration in 2024 to generate a 3D visualization of the pillars of creation. In this 3D image, we are able to visualize more of what the pillars of creation really look like. In fact, the pillar of creation doesn't just have 3 pillars. It has 4 different structures. Only one of the sections is shorter and difficult to see from certain angles. In addition to the pillars of creation, Hubble also captured an image of a spire of gas and dust that is about 9.5 light-years high, farther than the distance from the Sun to neighbor's star. Its existence is further evidence of the complexity of gas and dust in the universe, and of the marvelous process of star birth. However, scientists speculate that the pillar of creation is now likely gone. This is because the supernova explosions around it released enough energy to destroy the pillar of creation. Considering that the pillar of creation is 6,500 light-years away from Earth, the image we see today is actually what it looked like 6,500 years ago. Just as the light we see from the Sun was actually emitted 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago, the universe is a giant time machine that allows us to see an ancient universe.